Hi everyone, I'm Alan Peacock and I'm the General Manager of IBM Cloud. I'm delighted to be joined today by Douglas Carter, who is the Senior Vice President of Technology Operations at CIBC Bank. Welcome, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Alan. Appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity.
Great. Let me sort of ask you a couple of questions about your modernization journey within the bank. So CIBC has long been recognized for being an innovative bank and embracing change. Can you tell me a little bit about how you've been driving that change and using the innovation to differentiate your customer proposition and how you've driven that?
Yeah, Alan, thanks. Innovation at CIBC has always been at the forefront of what we do. So if I think back to some of the things that we've led the market on, we were the first bank to have a banking application on an Apple Watch.
Okay.
We did that a few years ago. We were one of the first banks to have 7x24 cash machines available to clients. So it's always been at the forefront of what we do. And we always try to put the customer at the center of anything, innovation that we bring forward. So in terms of the value prop, it's always having the services that we provide available as they need them to allow clients to bank as they want to. We have cases now in our mortgages business where our mobile advisors will actually visit clients in their homes, and we've provided the technology that allows that to happen, so we can actually bank with clients in their homes, or even online, whether it's by mobile or with their computers.
And are you seeing that technology shift to being a much more of a mobile experience to go to your customers as opposed to your customers come to you as a bank?
That's right. The use of mobile technology, whether it's for trading or it's for personal banking, consumer banking, we're actually thinking about digital first
Yes.
in a lot of our businesses, and allowing the clients to do work digitally. But they do have the option to go and visit us in our branches, and our branches do have a modern experience as well.
And you mentioned that requirement to be 24/7 available,
Yes.
and I guess the resilience that underpins that capability needs to be engineered into
That's
your
right.
environments.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how you've engineered that resilience to support that customer requirement, that 24/7 experience that you talk about?
Yeah, that's right, and the resilience has to extend all across the entire ecosystem, because we're a very connected bank, and all of our systems, we try to do that connected experience for our clients, and all of our systems have to have that resilience. I'll focus on our online banking experience to start with. For that journey, it's been a 15-year journey. Starting with building resilience in an on-prem environment, but most recently, in the last couple of years, we've taken that to the cloud. But it does allow us to provide scale and resilience and speed and availability at levels that we haven't seen before.
I think yes. I mean, we've engineered our cloud from the ground up to give that resilient experience for the business applications
Yeah.
that run on top of our cloud. It's really stakes to the game in today's
Yes,
environment.
table stakes, that's for sure.
To really manage that customer expectation and regulatory expectation.
Yes.
In the industry that
Yes.
you work within as well. Resilience is a very topical subject with all regulators
Yes.
around the world.
Yeah, we've had an ops resilience program going for over 3 years now. And one of the favorite terms that the regulators like to use is being able for critical business functions to survive severe but plausible
Yes.
events. And we think about that in how we build applications and infrastructure from the ground up. And because things do happen.
Yeah.
And the ability to survive those things is essential if our customers are going to get the bank are able to take advantage and use the banking services when they want it, in whatever fashion that they do want it.
Yeah, for sure. And how do you prioritize your investments to make that? Because I mean, these investments, other than availability,
Yes.
don't necessarily bring new functionality to your customers. So prioritizing those kind of resilience investments can sometimes be challenging within organizations. How do you balance the kind of customer innovation with core resilience investments within your team?
Yeah, both are just as important as each other. All of it is grounded in our bank's purpose. So we talk about making ambitions real for our clients. So we bring that to the table in any discussion that we have about investments, and we prioritize accordingly. And I'm mostly responsible for the engineering and the resilience factor. So when I talk about it, I bring the angle of I bring to it is about it needs to be available for people to use it, whether the business functionality is there or not. So even for the most least used functions, if it's a part of our core platform, it needs to be engineered so that it can survive issues which do happen in technology issues which do happen in our world. So I think our business owners and our leaders understand that need and are cognizant and do factor that into the decision making when we make the investment decisions.
And things like change management. Unfortunately, incidents do happen.
Yes.
Fortunately,
Yes.
not too many times.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when they do happen, the discipline around the whole service
Yes.
management experience is really important. Can you talk a little bit about how you manage that to make sure that you're giving the best possible customer experience to your
Yes,
customers?
it's built into the DNA of our teams. We do things like have credit scores for teams that perform well on change. It's
Right.
part of everybody's scorecard. It's part of my scorecard. We have a pretty strong governance practice, and we track without fail success rates, failed changes. Spend a lot of time when things do go wrong on PIRs, post-implementation reviews. We've even done them on things that go well, so that we can do lessons learned. So given that it's part of our DNA and our teams all take it seriously, I'm proud to say that we have an availability record and a change success record that I'm proud of. But we're always looking to improve that, and we are doing things all the time to continuously improve the way we manage change in the bank.
I think that's great to hear on behalf of your customers. I think that the banking industry is probably quite advanced in terms of some of those regimes. Yes. One of the things that we've done within IBM Cloud over the last few years is to bring that banking rigor. I actually come from a banking background, similar to yourself, and we brought that kind of level of disciplined service management experience to the IBM Cloud as well, because I agree to your point. It is just so foundational for a capability. You need to be able to rely on your cloud platform to be solid as a rock.
Yeah, and the one thing we haven't talked about is security, and that cybersecurity is at the forefront of everything that we do as well. Yes. And I partner very closely with our cybersecurity team to make sure that not only is it resilient from an infrastructure standpoint, but we're also able to protect the place from the bad guys.
Yeah, unfortunately the bad guys are forever getting more sophisticated.
Yes, they are.
And they continue to poke at a lot of organizations. So
yes.
I'm delighted to hear you're protecting your customers. I mean, again, data security is super important. Well, how do you focus on making sure that the different types of attack are really securing your customers' data?
Yeah, well, we look at it from the edge in, so we'll have the right guardrails and controls and protections in the DMZs and the external firewalls and coming in, but we also do it inside as well with the right protection at the server level and at the app level, and also as we develop code, we're also interrogating that code to make sure that we're writing secure code and protecting the actual application code itself. As we go into deployment, and of course there are controls around moving code through different gates and getting it into production, and continual scanning and data loss protection techniques, and also testing ourselves. I know our security friends are always looking for holes, and when they find holes and identify risks or gaps, we work very closely and very hard to make sure that we close those things very quickly.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, because for sure, if your own security team can find them, then
yes,
unfortunately the bad actors can find them as well.
Yes.
So closing those holes, as you say, very quickly is, I think, part of the regime that you need in a bank. And I know within IBM Cloud, again, we have a very solid regime, very similar manner to the one you
Yeah,
operate with.
it's again more table stakes for us in our
It is.
in the IT business. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, Douglas, thank you so much for your time today. It's been great speaking. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, Alan.